Πώς είναι η γυναίκα σου? Δεν με ξέρεις ακόμα.
Και η μάνα μου αν ήσουν θα σου έκανε έλεγχο.
Στην μάνα μου δεν θα το έκανες. Έχεις κάτι για μένα?
Να πάω στο σπίτι. Έρχεται τώρα.
Πώς είναι η γυναίκα σου? Ακόμα σου δίνει φασερίες?
Γιατί, θες να αλλάξεις? Τι κάνει? Αυτό μοιάζει σαν.
The ambassador would prefer the lamb, of course, and maybe something light for dessert.
No chocolat for Madame?
Madame has been partaking far too much. Of course, maybe something
Against the
light.
wall now! Let's go! Got the key. Where's your husband?
It's gone.
Where?
To a meeting.
Your daughter?
She's not here.
Εδώ είναι! Πάρ' την!
No! Alexander,
Shut up! Το δωμάτιο, τώρα!
No! Alexandra, get out! Get out!
Τι το έκανες αυτό, μωρέ! Η γυναίκα, πιάσε η γυναίκα τώρα!
Alexandra!
Τι το έκανες αυτό, μωρέ! Εδώ είναι!
I know some of you believe I was responsible for the director's recent departure. Sadly, I can't make that claim. Pierce was a weak man in the wrong job. And even the president, who supported him to the last, finally had to acknowledge that. You can't have massive intelligence failures and not expect to be held accountable. When I was director of Central Intelligence, I had 3 people, 3, reporting to me on a regular basis. Look how fat we've become. Until a new DCI is appointed, I'm going to make sure that this agency regains its footing. Some of you will have a bright and shiny future. But I'm afraid others must join Mr. Pierce. Matthew Callan, Patrice Diallo, Lisa Fabrizi, Jackson Hazley, Joshua Nankin, Carl Reese. Meet me in my office. The rest of you can leave your resignations at the door. How you been, Josh? Still high on the fumes from the art department? Mr. Nankin and I go back a long way.
That was uncalled for. What you did to those people back there. Many of them have devoted their lives.
Mr. Hazley, as a national intelligence officer, I would think you might be surprised not to be among them.
Well, you know, I'm not sure that isn't a better option.
Come on now. I'm about to give your life meaning. You were working in a ditch for a blind man.
Pierce was true to what he believed.
He was a clown.
Why are we here?
Well, a rather novel problem has presented itself. And I thought you, as Pierce's core group, would tackle it for me as a sort of gesture of goodwill.
As Pierce's core group, I'm surprised any of us has a job left.
Give me time, Ms. Diallo. Have your people at crime and narcotics shot down any more missionaries lately?
The wife of the American ambassador to Greece was murdered, along with 2 staff members. Fortunately, the ambassador wasn't home, but his daughter was. She is now missing. Her name is Alexandra Thomas.
Name ring a bell, Mr. Callan?
Yes. She provided information to me while she was in college in England.
I want you to find her.
You think she was targeted because of me?
What do you think? Did you tell anybody that she worked for you?
Not outside the agency.
Well, maybe she did. You can ask her yourself when you see her again. If you see her again.
Matt. Andrew Berman, Chief of Station.
As far as anyone's concerned, I'm State Department security.
This is Detective Kokos of the National Police.
I would say, καλώς ήρθατε στην Ελλάδα. Welcome to Greece, but...
Have they found the driver or identified any of his accomplices?
No, not yet.
Yeah, we do have this from a security camera. It's a bad angle. Can't see their faces. We'd really like to be able to see this guy in the foreground with his back to us. He just had his mask pulled off.
A state-of-the-art security system, and they only install 1 camera?
It's a kitchen, Lex.
Can we do anything here?
Check the counter. You see that bowl? There's a dot on the side. It could be a reflection.
Or a light, or a dent, or, a convex image. I like it. Run this man through our database.
That was fast. It's too damn easy. I'm gonna be out of the job.
Takis Demopoulos. He's 17 November.
And 17 November is...
17 November is a radical leftist
Terrorist group founded in 1975. It was named for the date of a student uprising against the American-backed Greek military dictatorship. It's anti-Greek establishment, anti-NATO.
Their original claim to fame was assassinating a CIA chief of station.
Hello?
Matt, it's Hazley. We got all the information on Stamopoulos. When you get to his place, if you find the girl and she's alive, Quinn wants you to put her on a plane and get her back here to D.C. Her father will be waiting.
Lisa, I found a picture of Taki and Alexandra looking very chummy. What's his background?
The Stamopoulos family is very prominent in Athens society. Taki's father inherited a shipping empire from his father, then branched out into oil.
Do they own any islands?
Negative, but they've got 11 houses and 2 yachts.
Any of those houses on an island?
2, one in St. Bart's, the other in your neck of the woods, Poros.
Might be worth a shot. How's Quinn treating you?
He wants to meet privately with me tomorrow afternoon.
Oh.
Think he's gonna transfer me to Greenland?
Doubtful. I hear he loves women. Have fun. Wish me luck on Poros.
Mr. Quinn, Miss Fabrizi's here to see you.
Please, sit down. Can we get you to drink? Water, coffee?
I'm fine, thanks.
Thank you, Bree.
New secretary.
Not to me. So? Do you have a comment?
On what?
Well, in case you haven't heard, the world is in rather sorry shape. And I thought perhaps you, as senior manager in counterterrorism, might have a comment.
We're doing the best we can.
Why do I detest that expression?
Look, if you're gonna transfer me, just do it. Please don't play any games.
If I wanted you transferred, you'd already be gone.
We are doing the best we can, sir. We've had a real shortage of officers with access necessary.
I'm well aware of the challenges you've been facing. But I think Congress and the President are about to make your life a lot easier. The gloves are coming off.
Is that why you wanted to see me?
No. I like your ass.
You... What?
Whoops. Did that slip out?
Look, I don't know who the hell you think you are, but you have no right to speak to me that way.
I'm sorry. I really am. I sometimes like to use humor to diffuse a tense situation. Please sit down. Please. Actually, I'm quite concerned about a coworker of yours, Ms. Diallo.
Patrice? What about her?
Well, as you know, she was running the operation when those missionaries were shot down over Colombia. And to protect her and himself, Pierce lied before a Senate committee.
I'm not sure he lied, sir. He may not have shared all of the facts about grounding the planes.
Ah, loyalty. It's a very good quality. You and Ms. Diallo are close.
Yes.
Good. Then you won't be averse to asking her about this. Finding out what she knew, and then reporting back to me.
You're asking me to inform on my friend.
This is an espionage organization, Miss Fabrizi. Informing is what we do.
Tocche neri, tocche due e il
some light.
Got a television in here. Clear.
Medic. Give me a medic.
9 Bravo, we need a medic.
Well, the results came back, and I'm glad to say they are pretty good. No internal injuries, no breaks beyond a single rib, no serious tissue trauma. Contusions on her face will heal. I'm going to continue monitoring her vitals to make sure she remains stable.
But she's gonna be okay.
She's going to be fine. It just may take a little while. Excuse me.
Thank you.
How are you holding up, sir?
You have kids?
Yes.
So you know. You give the world to them.
I'm sure your daughter's very proud of you.
Her stepmother, Catherine, was planning a dinner next month with the president. Can you believe that? Me, a kid from Detroit, gonna have dinner with the president.
Any sign of Taki?
No sign of anyone. Whoever was watching the girl left right before we got there.
I thought you snuck up on them.
So did we. I'm meeting Taki's father later this afternoon.
Okay.
If we're gonna convince her to talk, I'll need some visual evidence for our 3 o'clock meeting.
You'll have the video before then.
How's Alexandra?
She'll be okay.
Good. Has she said anything?
Not yet.
How was your meeting with Quinn?
Well, he told me he liked my ass.
Is this tampering with evidence?
It's a copy. We're just clearing things up a little. Ready?
Yeah, you want me to have him turn his head and look at us?
No, the angle of his shoulders wouldn't be consistent. But if we change the entire point of view, what have you fed in so far?
Well, the security tape, information about the unknown aspects of the room, the overall structure, lighting, and decor.
What about his face?
Well, I entered all the photos that we have of him in our database, capturing his different expressions and facial angles.
Excellent. May I?
Sure.
Okay. Very good. And now let's rotate our perspective counterclockwise. And now fill in the blanks with some realistic details. Zoom. And
Anybody ever told you you rock?
not in this decade.
Mr. Stamopoulos, thank you for seeing me.
Mr. Collin.
I'm surprised you agreed to talk to us.
I am concerned for my son. Although, I suppose not in the way that you are. I have spoken to the police. I have told them everything that I know, which is nothing. I have not seen Taki in 3 months.
Doesn't he always take you to the Placa for dinner on your birthday?
My son would never hurt an innocent person.
Really? Did you ever meet Alexandra Thomas?
No.
Apparently he was very fond of her, but he didn't care much for her parents. May I?
Εδώ είναι! Shut the fuck up!
Alexandra, get out! Get out!
How do I know this is not special effects?
Because you know what your son is, sir. We're gonna find him, Take him back to the United States, try him for murder. He'll get the death penalty if he doesn't turn himself in. If you know how to find your son, you can save his life.
I'm sorry.
She's awake.
I'm so sorry about Catherine.
There's someone here who'd like to speak to you if you feel up to it.
Who?
From the CIA.
Hello, Alex.
Mr. Ambassador, the Secretary of State is on the phone for you in my office.
I'll be right back, sweetheart.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you feeling?
All right. It's good to see you again. I thought you might show.
You did.
I'm sorry. But it's so good to see you, Matt.
The ambassador's daughter thinks I'm you.
What do you mean?
She kissed me and called me Matt. What exactly was your relationship with this girl?
She was a source.
Do all your sources kiss you?
She was young. She sort of had a crush on me.
Uh-huh.
It couldn't have been that serious if she forgot what I look like.
Well, how do you think that could happen?
Well, I'm not there. Is she medicated? Did she have a concussion?
How many drugs do you think it would take to confuse me for you?
What'd you tell her?
I didn't tell her anything. I was waiting to talk to you.
What are you gonna tell her now?
You mean now that we got everything all cleared up? Well, I'll let you know. So she seems all right to you?
Under the circumstances.
Nothing odd about her behavior?
Well, I don't know her. I think that's a question for her father.
Well, I'm not sure that he knows her either. Could she have memory lapses?
I have memory lapses.
Right. Well, how long until her voice recovers?
She'll be about a week or so. She's had tubes down her throat, and she took quite a beating. I'm afraid she may have to have more reconstructive surgery.
More?
Well, yes. She's already had some work done, I assume for cosmetic reasons.
How do you know?
She was suffering from dizziness when she got here. I did an MRI. It showed artificial cheek implants.
When would that surgery have taken place?
Recently.
Thanks.
Ever make a death mask?
No.
Well, this assignment might be good practice for one.
This is the ambassador's daughter.
Well, we think so.
Excuse me?
Mr. Hazley has some concerns.
Mr. Nankin?
Doctor, impeccable timing. May I introduce the artist you'll be working with this afternoon? Terry Lowell. Terry,
How are you?
Dr. Higgins is a specialist in reconstructive surgery.
Ready to go?
Go where?
Well, I was under the impression that we were to try and deconstruct this woman's face, following the scar tissue and reversing the surgical procedures to see what she looked like originally.
Her doctor says she's had extensive plastic surgery.
Wait a minute. So we think that this girl is an imposter?
Well, it's not without precedent.
Patrice, you got a minute?
Sure.
Quinn sent me to spy on you.
What?
About shooting down that missionary plane. He wants to know what you knew and when you knew it.
Why didn't you just ask me?
Because I think he likes to test people. And in this case, he's testing me.
I've got nothing to hide.
So tell me.
After the missionaries got shot down, Pierce was under a lot of pressure to ground all surveillance flights to South America. But we were using them to track a major drug lord.
Did you know Pierce was going to lie to the committee?
No. He just told me to keep the planes in the air.
You didn't know he was going to keep that to himself?
No. And I didn't ask him to.
What if the committee called you in? What would you have said?
I would have told them the truth.
We can't make someone look exactly like someone else. Can we?
Do it all the time.
I mean, wouldn't the fake Alexandra have to resemble the real one in some way to come out identical?
Well, it helps to have a common bone structure, musculature, skin tone, but it's not a requirement. Let me show you a before and after.
Yeah.
Oh.
I take it this is the before. Where's the after?
You're looking at him.
You think this is part of an assassination attempt? It could be. Why would anyone want to do this?
To spy on you.
I'm not that important. Only an ambassador because I donate a couple $1 million to politicians.
So you know politicians. You have access. Didn't you tell me you were having dinner with the president next month?
See these? Implants.
Fake cheeks?
Yeah. Raising the natural plane of her face, 6 millimeters. Shave off a like amount from the model. Maybe reduce by another ½ millimeter. Okay, good. Now the nose. It's gonna be hard to tell what the surgeon cut away, but we can glean some clues from the overall structure and the racial generalities. Each face has its own symmetry. For instance, if you look at people of Asian descent, you'll notice...
You were looking at my nose.
Yes, it's very nice.
Thank you.
Perfectly utilitarian. Oh, well, the nasal bridge is a little... Never mind. It's fine. Yeah. See, I think our original subject's nose had a deviated septum and a slight hook.
Is there anything else?
No. It's maybe less than a millimeter. Yeah.
No. I mean besides my nose.
You are a lovely woman.
Her lips are kind of thin.
Nothing a little collagen couldn't fix.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So what else?
Your ears could be brought back a short distance, and we could raise your hairline with electrolysis. Yeah, maybe remove the fat pads under your eyes, and for the folds on your neck, a regimen of retinal serum. It'll take care of the sun damage.
I don't have sun damage.
You will in a few years. And as far as your breasts, what are you, a bee?
Okay, stop.
Does Stamopoulos know where his son is?
He says he doesn't. I'm not so sure. Did you get an ID on the fake Alexandra yet?
We're working on it.
Are you sure about this, Jackson?
We're sure. They made a fake Alex, Thomas, prepped her with details of the real Alex's life, which Taki must have gotten from her when they were dating, which is including your kissing habits.
Look, I feel bad enough about this. She liked me. She was a sweet girl. She was a source. That was it.
I'll pass that along to her father.
There's no graft line, but that doesn't mean that it's not there. It just means that we can't discern it. You're the artist, you choose.
Well, if I were on the street, I'd expect her to have a flatter chin, I'm shorter.
Hey, give it a shot.
How are we doing?
Oh, I need a $100,000 bonus and 4 months sick leave.
Great. We're doing great.
Beak up.
Run our file on female terrorists and known associates.
Her name is Elena Pappas.
She's associated with the 17 November group. We're running her background, her associates, trying to get a lead on where the real Alexandra might be.
I'm not interested in that. I want the terrorists. Keep the fake girl in place until she leads us to them.
What about the real girl?
What about her?
She needs protection. If 17 November thinks we're on to them, they'd have nothing to gain by killing her. We should make a public announcement.
Folks, our mission here is to stop terrorism, not rescue wayward millionaires' daughters. Unless the agency's mandate changed while I was at lunch.
We're talking about a young woman's life, sir.
No. You're talking about a young woman's life. I'm talking about doing our job.
And if this really is an assassination plot, saving the president, does anyone have a problem with that?
Hmm?
What did he say?
We're going to have to pretend that this girl is really your daughter.
Why?
Well, we feel that it's...
She's your link to 17 November.
Right.
I don't care about them. I care about my child.
So do I.
Then help me.
There may be a way to serve both ends, but it isn't going to be easy for you.
Mr. Ambassador, can we get a comment?
I see you heard my daughter's feeling better.
When are you going back to Greece, Mr. Ambassador?
Now, we can't let terrorism win. I feel very strongly about that. So does my daughter. Right, sweetheart?
How do you feel, Miss Thomas?
Just happy to be with my dad.
That went well.
I did my best.
You did great.
How was it for you, Alex?
I'm glad to be going home.
Are you? Do you consider Greece your home now?
My new home. With my father. Are you coming with us, Matt?
My name is Jackson.
The Parakani está aqui. You've gone too far. I can't help you anymore.
I need you, Patera, please.
What were you thinking? That you could just marry this girl's family and she'd run off with you?
No one was supposed to die.
You went in with guns.
We were just supposed to take Alexandra. After I realized they were going to kill her.
Your terrorist friends.
They said she had to be dead for their plan to work. But no one could know she was dead. I took her and ran away. I love her, Patera. You have to help us get away.
Get away where? People from the United States government are looking for you. A man came here.
Oh, my God. I have to hang up.
Mr. Quinn, we just received confirmation that the ambassador's daughter is alive. We have a plan to find her and draw out the terrorists.
That's nice. Miss Fabrizi, do you have anything else for me?
I've been meaning to tell you I spoke with Patrice.
And?
She didn't know what Pierce was going to tell the committee.
She didn't encourage him to lie?
No.
And she had no idea what he was going to do?
No. And if the committee had called her, she would have told them the truth. She's completely uninvolved and completely honest.
Thank you.
You know she's a fake, but you keep the charade alive. You people are doing a very good job.
We're buying some time, maybe. But the real Alexandra and your son are both gonna die if you don't tell us where they are. If it's too painful for you to make the call, I'd be more than happy to assist.
I'm sorry. I cannot get involved now.
You already are involved. We know he called you.
So what? He loves her. He kidnaps her. He runs away. He's lost.
Yes.
Matt, we just got a report that Taki Stamopoulos and a girl resembling the ambassador's daughter were seen going into a warehouse near the port of Rafina.
Get over there as fast as you can.
Detective Kokas is on his way.
I'll call for the address when I'm in the car. I may not need your help after all. They spotted your son.
That was the police.
They're on their way to get him now, him and the girl.
Wait. I am coming with you.
Where are they?
We were too late. I'm sorry.
My son.
They executed her. A political execution.
She wasn't political. She was a student. My daughter. Damn it.
Where is my son?
They took him. Or he ran.
Either way, he'll be next. Who are you calling?
Taki.
Baba! Baba! Baba.
How did you get away from them?
I just drove. I've been driving for days.
Thank God you're alive. I am sorry about the girl.
What do you mean?
I went to the warehouse.
What warehouse?
I saw her, Taki. Dead.
What? She's not dead. They tricked you, Baba.
Daddy.
Oh. Oh, God. Oh, honey. It's okay. Come. You're okay. Here, wait. Here, you're safe. You're safe. It's okay, sweetie. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
How do you feel?
What did you do to me?
Gave you your medication. And I'm sure that now that you're up and about, all your friends are gonna be very happy to see you. You're gonna take us to their houses, you're gonna take us to their families, and you're gonna tell us everything you know about 17 November.
Yes.
The ambassador has his daughter back. Taki and the fake Alexander are cooperating. Hazley thinks the police should have the rest of the terrorists rounded up by tomorrow.
Thank you, Mr. Callan. Travel safe.
Good news?
Very. But now back to you. I understand your veracity is beyond reproach.
I hope so. I would never do anything to compromise my position here.
But you already have.
Excuse me?
When you were asked by a fellow employee if you would lie to protect your boss, you responded in the negative. I'll expect your resignation in the morning.
But you... You can't make me resign.
You're right. Forgive me. You're transferred. I'm sure our Arctic listening post will welcome another ear. Good day, Miss Diallo.